Tom, I'm down in the pit lane and very pleased to get a couple of minutes here with Ashley Morton, who is our Chief Pit Marshal today. Ashley, talk us through exactly what your duties are.
Basically, my duties and the rest of my pit lane crew, we're here to look after the pit lane, keep everybody safe, make sure the teams are complying by all their pit stop regulations, and just generally enjoying ourselves. That's basically it.
Which teams are making you just examine a little bit closely at the moment?
I'm afraid I'm not allowed to comment on that.
No problem. But what kind of infractions would you be looking for?
You're looking for refueling infringements, how many people they have working on the car, all that. Basically all to do with safety, really.
And so how long have you been doing this amazing marshalling job?
14 years. That's all. It's not a lot, but I've done a lot in that time.
Okay, so but have you found your happy place now in this role?
My happy place is marshalling here with my team.
Tremendous stuff. Well, thanks to Ashley for giving us that little insight. Great to talk to him, and back to you, Tom, with the action on the restart.
The marshals do such a great job.
Hi Tom, I'm down in the pit lane here with Rob Fowler from Race Logic's car number 192. Rob, you've just got out of the car, you're fresh out. How was it out there?
That was fun. That was my first race start, so my main aim was get it back in one piece so the team can have a race. Yeah, no, it was good. I thought I'd dropped quite a few places, but I think with the way people were going off and crashing and so on, I ended up at 12th, I think, after starting at the back, so that was good. And yeah, until the pit entry, pretty much had a nice clean stint and no issues. And then I got rear-ended trying to come into the pits, but luckily just a slight bit of damage on the bumper, no major issues, so that's good.
Yes, it's more likely to damage the person rear-ending you than it is you, I suppose. But hopefully that's the worst thing that will happen so far today.
But yeah, that's it's been good fun. The weather changing made it a bit interesting. I thought during the safety car when there was a lot of rain, I thought it could be quite slippy come the resolution of the race, but then it was out for quite a long time, that safety car, and the rain stopped, so it's pretty grippy now still.
So how is it physically in the car at the moment? Is it quite a challenge in there? Is it getting warm? How does it all feel?
Yeah, it's warm. I think having to have the heaters on really to help the engine cooling. So yeah, it does get quite warm in there. So windows down a little bit, so you get some ventilation, but can only do a certain amount. So yeah, it's hard work. It's very warm, but it's good fun, which is the main thing.
Absolutely, yes. Will you be back in the car later on?
No, that's me done for today. So I've got 3 others to drive now for the rest of the race. So I'm going to have a bit of a rest.
Absolutely. Well, keep hydrating, and yeah, hopefully the rest of the afternoon goes well for you. So back to you then, Tom.
Still, the battle develops out on track.
I'm here with Roger Hassan, who's just popped out of the Orca Sport entry. You're looking pretty tired. It looks like that was a bit of a hard stint.
Well, we just had the heater on trying to control the temps, so the heat was on full and the windows were closed for aero, so just fighting that. But no, I think the rain slows it down a little bit, so it's not quite as physical. You're just trying to sort of tiptoe around a little bit.
Have you been having fun?
Oh, definitely, yeah. yeah. I'm sure the track limits guys might have something to say, but no, I mean, it's a sensational circuit, and there's plenty of opportunity to get the back end coming around and enjoy a bit of sideways action.
So any good battles that you want to point out? Any particular cars that you've enjoyed?
We're a bit down on power, so people are coming past us on the straight. So I've had a couple of take-backs coming into the chicane before the start, but I can't hold them off when we get to the straight. So not really, just trying to hang on to position, but faster lads are so much faster than us, it's ridiculous.
Well, is this how much experience have you got sitting in the car at the moment?
About 5 hours.
5 hours is not a lot at all, is it? But how's the car been holding up? You say you're missing a bit of top end, but how are you through the corners?
Through the corners, it's great. It's really quick, especially through the old hairpin. We are one of the quickest through there for sure, but everywhere else, especially coming up the hill to those corners on the far side, we just haven't got the power to pull us through. So it's a bit frustrating, but because the car's handling great, just wish we knew what was going wrong with the motor.
Well, hang in there, and hopefully you can get a good finish regardless.
Indeed, yeah. We'll try and keep our noses clean, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we're having mechanicals, and we'll see where we are at the end of the race.
Good stuff. So grateful for you to talking to us. Thanks for that, and back to you then, Tom. Hi, Tom.
Hello.
I'm down in the far end of the pit lane here with our previous leader, and it's Jack Wright from Milner Racing. Jack, that looked like a very successful stint there you just did.
Oh, it was adventurous throughout it all. Very good start, which got up to into the lead by the second lap, but holding them other lads off was a challenge. Along with the downpours that we kept having, it was making for tricky conditions. But some of the lads was quicker in the dry, some was quicker in the wet, so they was tossing and turning behind me, which meant I was battling a different car every other lap. But it was very good fun. Yeah, very good.
You've had a lot of experience fighting with the 747 out there as well. So did you manage to touch? And if so, did you lose count of how many times?
Yeah, no, we had a couple of little comings together. More I got a bit slower out of the corner, and he just rear-ended a tiny bit, but it wasn't any bad contacts. I need to go find him, to be fair, and shake his hand, because it was a real good battle with him, to be honest. Yeah.
No, we've had a lot of fun watching it. But do you have high hopes of getting the outright victory today?
Well, we've put it on pole for the past 2 races and had a DNF and a rear axle snap. So we're keeping our fingers crossed, obviously, depending on the pit stops and that. It's just me and my dad racing this weekend. Johnny, my father-in-law, he's showing his rally car, so he couldn't make it. So it kind of limits us with what we can do, because obviously you've got to have your rest period in between changes and stuff. But fingers crossed, keep going, keep pushing, and we'll maybe go for the win.
That was an epic stint as well that you just did, the longest of anybody out there. So you're obviously feeling pretty fit.
Yeah, we should have really pitted on the safety car, because everybody, gets a free pit stop on the safety car. But I was just in a good area doing consistent laps, so they just left me out there.
So is it a mandated rest period rather than a mandated stint period that you've got to handle?
Bit of both. You can only do 2 hours 20. I think I did 2 hours and 15, and then I've got to stop for 30 minutes, which I want a bit more than 30 minutes because I'm pretty knackered after that. But yeah, no, 30 minutes stop time and then back out again.
So back out again. Have you got a rough idea, or will you just play it by ear, depending on what the pace is like?
Yeah, play it by ear. Dad's going to maybe do an hour or so, but if a safety car comes out, then we need to do what everybody else did in the first stint and get a free pit stop in, and then we might put us back in the game.
Fantastic. Well, good luck for the rest of it. It's a pleasure watching you, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we get to the end.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you again then, Tom, up in the commentary box. Hi Tom, well, while we've got this safety car, I'm down in the pit lane here with a familiar face to many motorsport fans around. It's Mark Werrell. Mark, you've got a big smile on your face. You're looking forward to getting in this little 4KA?
Very much so. It seems to have been a really long day and we've done nothing yet, really. Obviously, with what happened with the power cut earlier on, we all had to qualify behind the safety car. The master plan was that I was always going to do the last stint in the car. So yeah, just itching to finally do something. And fingers crossed, the weather's fine at the moment, but looking at the clouds in the distance, I think it's going to be just one of those days, isn't it, where it's going to blow in, blow out, and you just don't know what it's going to do.
Yeah. Do you have a preference in terms of conditions? Do you enjoy the rain, or do you actually quite like things just to be stable and get your learning done on the track?
As it's my first race here at Donington, I've not driven the track for 15 years. I'd rather it be dry, but having said that, as long as it's properly wet, that's fine. It's that bit in between that nobody likes. So we'll wait and see. The one good thing is that they resurfaced all of Donington over the winter, and everybody's always saying, not just in this category, but the other categories I've covered this year, is that the new tarmac offers up so much grip even in the wet conditions. So we'll find out.
Absolutely, yes. What are you hearing from your co-drivers so far in the race, and what are your hopes in terms of finishing position?
Well, Tom, who's behind the wheel at the moment, flat shift Tommy, hasn't said a great deal since he's got in on this stint. Andy, who just got out the car, Asbo Andy, as he's called after the problems he caused at Cadwell, he's just advised me a couple of curbs that you just need to stay off. At the moment, with the water that's still on that curb area, just stay off the curb, because as soon as you hit it, the car's just getting away from you.
Yeah, excellent stuff. So what do you think in terms of where can you aim for?
Well, we picked up a 2-lap penalty on the last pit stop, a minor oversight. Andy had just got out the car and he was refuelling it, but of course, he got out the car and he had his visor up, so as he's refuelling, the visor was up. Quite rightly, that was picked up by the officials, and we picked up what is a silly 2-lap penalty, but we hold our hands up. There was a transgression and we pay the price, which has taken us off the lead lap, which is really unfortunate. So, as long as the Burton Power car comes home and we get a finish, then that's good enough. I'm only in it for this weekend. I'm hoping to be back in the KA with one team at Snetterton in 3 weeks' time, but it's all just about, you know, having some fun and coming away in one piece with a car and a smile on your face, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes. Will you be getting involved in the refueling yourself when it comes to shift stint change?
This next one, no. I might be just getting ready to dive in the car, so I would imagine Tom will get out the car. He'll be on the fire extinguisher duties. Andy will refuel because he's done for the day now. So we'll wait and see.
Was it a surprise to you to see the lead entry go 2 hours 15 minutes without a refueling stop?
I didn't know they had, to be honest, because of course the early stages of this race we had no timing. We had no live timing. You did in the commentary box because your coax cabled up there, whereas here, you know, we're reliant on Wi-Fi, and with the power cut that's only just come back up. So news to me. But yeah, 2 hours 15 with the few safety cars we've had, that is quite surprising. But I suppose the wet conditions have aided that as well.
Fantastic. Well, go well today, Mark, and it's such a pleasure to talk to you.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Fantastic. Thanks. Back to you then, Tom.
Andy.
Thanks, Tom. Yes, I'm down here with Nicole Drought, who's just come into the pits. You screamed your way into this pit, and you were unsurreptitiously dumped out of the car.
Yeah, it was a little bit rough, but anything to get a fast pit stop, so I don't mind.
So how was the car feeling out there for you today?
Yeah, really good. I mean, we had mixed conditions, so it made it a little bit more tricky, but I have to say I really enjoyed driving the car in those conditions, and the car is so well prepared by Pro-Am's Motorsport. It was just so easy for me to drive. When you get a good car like that, it makes it much more simple.
So no issues on the car, and you were feeling like you were confident all the way through the lap?
Yeah, I felt really, really good. No issues with the car at all, and I have to say it was just so well set up that I was able to just to drive it to the best of my ability. So it was very, very enjoyable stint. A long one, but very enjoyable.
How long exactly was it?
Oh, I'm not too sure. I'll have to ask the guys, but it did feel quite long. But I would have set out a little bit longer even if I had to, but I think we were just about running out of fuel, so just perfect timing with the safety car.
Absolutely, so it's just a frantic call. I saw everybody get organised very quickly back here. Let me ask you a little bit about this Formula Female that's on your race overalls.
Yeah, so this is an initiative for females in motorsport and trying to introduce more girls to the sport, and I guess show them that other female role models that maybe they may be able to look up to and to get into the sport as well. Fantastic.
Yeah. So how involved are you in that organisation?
Yeah, I've done quite a bit with Formula Female. I mean, we've done a couple of events with them and bringing other athletes in Ireland, high-level athletes, and compete in Mondala Park track in Ireland with them, and kind of give motorsport a bit more of a profile so that the girls that look up to these other girls in other sports can see that motorsport is a sport they can do as well.
Fantastic, absolutely. Well, it looks like you've had a really successful afternoon racing. Will you be back in the seat, or is that your time done today?
I think that's possibly my time done, but I'll definitely stick around in case I'm called up for another stint.
Well, that sounds fantastic. Well, hopefully the team do well, and all success to you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Tom. Yeah, I'm down here with Andy Malpass, who's just come out of the KM Motorsport car. Andy, you look like you've had a good stint so far.
Yeah, it's been really, really positive. We managed our strategy quite well with the two safety cars, and then it was a case of just getting in, having a long stint, and trying to get as much, make up as many places as you can. But I think the timing came in quite late during that stint, so it was always difficult to know who's around you, who you're actually fighting with and stuff, so it made it a little bit interesting, but yeah, it's been a good stint.
Fantastic. It looks like you've got a good mix of people around you here today, a lot of big range of ages as well.
Yes, it's all sort of family and friends coming along to support, so you know, it's always nice to have those guys here to lend a hand and help with all the little nitty-gritty bits. So
keep everything normal and fun for everybody. And are the kids getting into it?
Yeah. My son comes along to each of the rounds, and yeah, he's always excited and all that. So yeah, he loves it. So, it's quite nice.
We'll look out in a few years' time for Malpass, will we?
Fingers crossed. Hopefully, yeah.
Good stuff. Well, what are you hoping for the rest of the event?
After the pit stop, we were P7. So yeah, I think we dropped to 16 after the stop. So we've got Christian in at the moment, who's a rapid driver. So hopefully top 10 easily.
Will you be back out there?
Probably not.
No. Okay, but on standby just in case.
Standby just in case, always.
Fantastic. Well, pleasure to talk to you, and go well today.
Cheers.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, then, Tom. Down at Orca Sport once again, and I'm here to talk to Guy Wilkinson. Guy, how was it out there on the track today for you?
Great fun. I copped for the wet and then rapidly drying stint, which was a bit of a bottom clencher, but it was great fun. It's our first year in the race, and absolutely loving it. We've got some problems with temperatures, so we're kind of having to nurse it a little bit, but yeah, loving it. Great track.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm sure that's echoed up and down the pit lane. A very, very fun track to drive. But where is the car giving you the most satisfaction around here?
Bottom of the Craner curves is an absolute banter fest. Absolutely love it.
Fantastic, especially, I suppose, when it's a little bit wet.
Yeah, in the moist, it was playful, very, very playful, and it's my other drivers. I'll give them full credit. We've got far more skills than me, but and the times reflect that.
No worries at all. And the EnduroKa Sport. Talk to me about the name around the team. Do you know about that?
Yeah. We bought the car from a lovely young woman, and she'd had this little sticker in the back of a little whale. So we were playing with the name and trying to figure out what we were going to call it. So we called it a killer whale, and that's our little motif on the car as well.
Well, you see, for me, I want to see a full killer whale livery.
We'd have to buy a black car for that, and then get some white fab on. But yeah, it's got to be done, hasn't it, at some point?
Absolutely, yeah. Well, thanks so much for talking to us, and hopefully every success in future.
Yeah, we'll see the end. Hopefully, great stuff.
Thanks a lot, and back to you then, Tom.
We'll pass down to Andy, who's got some very, very happy drivers.
Absolutely, I really have. Mike Moraes from Winged Out Racing. You're a little bit out of breath. When did you know you'd won that one?
Now.
So at the checkered flag?
Well, now when I pulled into the pits, it's the only time I knew. Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay. No comms on the mic at all. So, well, congratulations. What an absolute roller coaster it must have been.
Yeah. Well, we drew 33 on the grid, so we weren't expecting this. That's for sure. Yeah, it was an excellent drive. Yeah, the guys did well. Yeah. Those are the stars. They got us right to the front, and yeah, we carried on from there. Kept it consistent.
Consistent and, of course, staying within the rules at all times. So clearly that's one of the big keys for success around here. I know your team are dying to come and congratulate you, but well done, and what a fantastic day's race.
Thank you.
Tremendous stuff from Winged Out Racing there. So go ahead and talk to your team, of course. Let's have a word then with the Cobra Kai 81. Of Mitchell and Stapleton, and congratulations then on a fantastic podium.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. I knew I was in P2 about 5 minutes ago, so it's fantastic. I knew we were right up there, and the car was awesome today. Mechanics are amazing to keep it on the road. Yeah, great day.
It's the first time I've actually got up close and personal with this car as well, and it's very, very neat and tidy. Very, very beautiful livery as well. So if it looks fast, it goes fast, right?
Absolutely, and I'll get in trouble if I don't say it. He did say we could have come first if we just sweep the leg.
Nice one, okay. Well, congratulations to him. I'm going to try and get to speak to Mr. Jackson here, who has just come home in the third position. We heard just now from Mike Moraes is when he heard. 5 minutes ago was from the 81. But how about you? When did you find out this was a podium?
Oh yeah, well the boys let me know over the radio a couple of minutes ago that I think they said the leader has binned it. But so a bit lucky to get the final step, but really happy. Might be the only pot I actually stand on the podium for all year. So.
Oh, fantastic stuff. How was the car? I see a lot of tape on it, and it's blinking a little bit with one dark headlight. Was that a problem when it was dark in the rain?
No, it's fine. I mean, to be honest, I didn't drive it in the rain, but I don't think it ever got dark enough to cause any of the boys a problem. But you know what this racing's like. I think it was a marker bollard, so yeah. But
it was you guys that knocked that marker bollard off a coppice, was it, and put it onto the side of the track?
Well, to be fair, my friend Tommy claimed that it was still there after he hit it, so I think it won against our car. It probably lost against the next one.
Good stuff. Okay, so overall, very, very happy. I'm sure with a podium. What a long race. Of course, it's a preview of something that's going to be more than twice as long in Snetterton. Are you going to be there?
I hope so. Yeah, as long as the timetable works out. I mean, we're a bunch of friends that we started racing Caterham Academy together. So, and hopefully we're going to get enough numbers up to do the Snetterton race. But I think we'll. Yeah, I mean the car will be there. Hopefully I'll be there as well.
Tremendous stuff. Well, congratulations to you, to your co-drivers, and of course to North Motorsport. Back to you then, Tom, up in the commentary box to take care of all the final standings.